Most sewing pattern companies draft their patterns for a B cup, but if you're of the Boobalicious variety like me and you're a C cup or above, you've got to do a full bust adjustment, which is an absolute nightmare to do. So we're going to look at 3 pattern companies that are size inclusive and kind to the curvy variety of sewer. Hi there, I'm Christine the Gemini Stitcher. Welcome to my little sewing space. Yes, you heard me right. We're embracing the curves again today, and we're going to look at 3 pattern companies that some I've used, some I haven't, but they all have something in common, and that is that they are friendly to ladies with a boobalicious figure. So if you're a C cup or above, then this vlog is the one for you. 3 pattern companies. The first one is a pattern company that I've used a lot, I talk about a lot, so it would be rude not to include them in my 3 curvy pattern companies. And the first one we're going to look at is Itch to Stitch. So let's take a deep dive into Itch to Stitch. I've sewn quite a few of their patterns. Their instructions are brilliant. Their sizes are very good. I now do a size 10 and a C cup. I was compensating for my boobs by doing a size 12, which was okay, but I get a better fit going down a size in the bodice and going up a size in the cup size. So what have I found out when I've done a deep dive into Itch to Stitch patterns? Their patterns are drafted for a height of 5'6". So if you're the short variety like me, 5 foot, probably less, then you're gonna have to do height adjustments, but I've done that all my sewing life and I don't have an issue with that. Full bust adjustments, on the other hand, are a bit more of a mare to do. So if you can find a pattern company that's got different cup sizes, you're good to go. So their height is 5'6". Their size range is US sizes 0 up to 40, which is a really good size range as well. And their cup sizing, which is what we're looking at today, is an A. So if you're flat chested, then they're going to work for you as well. And they go up to a double D cup, which is quite good. So I've already said, with Itch to Stitch, I would go for the C cup. So there are quite a few cup sizes above me that you can use as well. So let's have a look at their pattern range. I've done a deep dive into each of the pattern companies that we're going to talk about today, and I've broken them down, all their patterns, into categories with numbers, so you can see just whether it's worth looking at that pattern company depending on what sort of pattern you're looking for. So here we go. Itch to Stitch tops. So that's anything from a sweatshirt to a cardigan to a t-shirt to a blouse. They have a total of 76 on their site. Now some of these are dresses that can be tops as well, but in total the 76, a lot. Dresses, there are 35 dresses, so not as many dresses as tops, but that's partly because some of the dresses are tops as well. The tops aren't standalone patterns necessarily, but they've got 35 dresses, which is a fair number. Pants or trousers, they've got 16 pairs. Now, I know you're not going to be bothered about your cup size in a pair of trousers. You'd be worried if you were. But their size range up to a US 40 means that they're inclusive on the pants front as well. They also have 8 pairs of shorts patterns, which is unusual. I know it's a low number, but shorts, they don't always do them as a separate pattern, but they have done. Skirts, which is an area I'm starting to look into and trying to embrace the skirt this year. They've got 9. So obviously it's not a popular pattern for people to purchase, otherwise they'd have more of them, wouldn't they? And jackets, one of my favourite things to make. Itch to Stitch, I've got a whopping 21 jacket patterns. So yeah, I might have to have a nosy at their jacket patterns and start making Itch to Stitch and do the size 10 C cup and see if I get a better fit in my jackets. So I've had a nosy on their site and you'll have seen some of the garments scrolling at the side as I was talking through their pattern ranges, and I've picked 2 patterns, I know, just 2 from each pattern company. And from Itch to Stitch, the 2 patterns that I've put on my wish list are the Comilas dress. There's the Comilas dress, very similar to the Serrata dress that I made recently, but it's got a different shape bodice and it's got more tiers in the skirt. So I quite fancy trying the Comilas dress. And the other one that I want to make, I have mentioned this before, I think when I did my Cezanne collection dupes vlogs, that I want to look at making the Delaware jacket as well. There's the Delaware, like that it cinches in a little bit at the waist. And this is actually an unlined jacket as well, so that could work really well in the spring and summer. So what fabrics have I got in my stash that I can make these 2 patterns in? So the Comilas dress I want to make in this. It's a viscose linen that I got quite a while ago I think it was at the Festival of Quilts last year, might even be the year before. Been in my stash a while, don't know why I've not made it up because it feels beautiful. It's a beautiful viscose linen fabric. I got this from Cool Crafting and I don't think it's available anymore, but Cool Crafting have some amazing high-end fabrics at really good prices, and I have actually snaffled a discount code for everybody. If you didn't watch Monday's vlog, I go through 3 online pattern companies. One of them is Cool Crafting, and we've got 15% off their patterns up to the 29th of June. And fabrics, all the full price ones, not the sale ones. So if you're interested in having a look at Cool Crafting, pop over to their website. I'll put the link below. But this is the fabric that I want to make the Comilas dress in. I think it'll be great for the end of summer when you're coming into the autumn and early spring, that kind of vibe, but done in a summer pattern, but with a more toned down fabric. So Comilas dress, need to get this fabric made up, definitely on my radar. So the Delaware jacket, I've now definitely decided I'm going to make it, and this is the fabric. Oh, it's a stone washed gabardine fabric in matcha green. It's actually an Atelier Brunette fabric, and I got it kindly gifted to me from Sarah at Cool Crafting. And I want to make the Delaware jacket in this. I was going to make the Maison Fauve biker jacket, the Misfit jacket, but I think this will be better as a Delaware jacket. Let me know which one of those 2 jackets you would make in this, but I'm airing towards the Delaware now I've seen the fabric. It's super soft, but it's got structure to it. So yeah, I'm thinking it might be a Delaware from Itch to Stitch now. Pattern company number 2 is Sinclair patterns. Why have I decided Sinclair are good for the boobalicious people among us? Well, they draft for these 3 different heights for starters, so that's why I'm drawn to Sinclair patterns. So they do petite, normal or regular normal and tall. So petite is for 5'1" to 5'3", regular is 5'4" to 5'6", and tall is 5'7" to 5'9". So you can choose between the 3 different heights when you get your pattern printed out, and you don't have to make any pattern adjustments. Brilliant. Their cup sizes are from an A to an F, so really inclusive. And their size range is from extra small to 4XL, so a good size range as well. So how many varieties or different garments have they got to choose from? Tops, they've got 55 tops that you can choose from. Dresses, they've got 20 dresses. Cardigans, they've got 9 cardigans on their site, so I might have to have a look at those. Bottoms or pants, they've got 15, so not bad there. Skirts, again very low, they've got 5. They also specialise in active wear, so the active wear, they've got 7 patterns, and they do some swimwear as well. They've got 4 swimwear patterns. So if you're looking for swimwear and you're worried about the fit because of your cup size, then go to Sinclair and try one of their swimwear patterns, because they've got A to F cups included in the pattern as well. So not bad on the cup sizes, the variety of patterns. The one thing that I would say about Sinclair is that their images do not do their patterns justice at all. I regularly wear, it's one of my most worn garments, and it's the Uno sweater and hoodie from Sinclair. In fact, I had it on Monday's vlog, and quite a few people asked me what pattern it was. When you look on the website and you look at the Uno, it doesn't really do it justice. Now, I'm not saying mine's an amazing garment, but I think the colours and fabrics that they use are a little bit dated. So you've got to see through that. Look at the line drawings and imagine the fabric that you've got in that garment from the line drawing, and ignore their photography. Because if I looked at their photos, I'd probably never buy one of their patterns, if I'm honest. So what 2 patterns have I chosen for my wish list? Well, the first one is the Delaware top. Love this top. I love all the ruching at the front detail. I think I'd do a 3/4 or a long sleeve top in it, coming up for autumn and winter. So that's number 1. And number 2 is the Monty pants or trousers. Now these are a paper bag trouser. I've wanted to try paper bag pants for a while. I've looked at quite a few patterns, and a lot of them have big, that they're either parallels, wide leg trousers or barrel leg. A lot of the paper bag trousers out there are barrel leg trousers, and I'm not really sure they're me. So the Monty pants on Sinclair are a parallel, but they're not big baggy trousers, but they've got the paper bag waist. So I might try the Montys. I've got fabrics for both of these in my stash, so I'll just go and grab them. This is the fabric that I'm thinking of for the Delaware top. Look at that, beautiful. Got this from the Fabric Obsession a while back, so I don't think they've got any of it left. It is a cotton jersey, but it's quite a lightweight cotton jersey, and I think a long sleeve version of the Delaware top would look stunning in that fabric. And then the Montys, you've seen this before. It's one of my recent purchases. It was from Lamar's. It's a striped viscose linen fabric. I bought it for trousers, 4 paper bag trousers. So if I make the Montys, they're going to be made in this beautiful pink and blue and cream striped viscose linen from Lamazi. Pattern company number 3 is one, I think I have made one of their patterns a long time ago, so I'm classing it as never having made one, to be honest, and it's Cashmerette. Now I know Whitney from Tomcat Stitchery does use Cashmerette a lot, and I know that Vanessa from Soul Sulu Rask does as well. So I thought I'd have a look in depth at Cashmerette to see what I thought about them. So their sizing is 5'6", so again I'm going to have to alter the height, but that's not an issue. Their size range is from a US 0 to a 32, so slightly less than the itch to stitch. And their cup sizes, interestingly, because they're geared up and aiming for the curvy sewer, their cup sizes are a C to a H. So as a C cup, I'm just in their size range parameter cup sizes. So they're not aiming themselves at the standard B cup and below, it's for C cup and above only. So their pattern ranges, what have they got now? They're a little bit different because they have the Cashmerette Club, which has free to use patterns in it, but you pay a monthly subscription. So I've split their patterns down into what you can buy, because you can purchase their patterns as well, and what you get if you're in addition, if you're in the Cashmerette Club. I hope that makes sense. You'll see as I go along, I'm sure. So dresses, to buy a pattern, dresses, they've got 16 of them. But if you're also a Cashmerette Club member, there are additional 16 dresses that you've got access to, so there are 32 on their site in total. Tops, there are 15 that anybody can buy the PDF pattern for, and then there's an additional 16 for Cashmerette Club members, so 31 dresses altogether. Pants and shorts, they've got 5 that anybody can buy and an additional 6 if you're a member, so 11 in total. Skirts, there are 4 plus 4 for club members, so 8 altogether. Jackets, this one was a little bit on the low side because I'm a jacket freak. They'd got 3 jackets that you can buy as a pattern and an additional 8 if you're a Cashmerette Club member. So if you're into jackets and you're curvy, maybe you need to be a member. And then swimwear, they had 1 swimwear pattern that you could purchase and then an additional 2 for Cashmerette Club members, so 3 in total. So which 2 patterns that anybody can buy did I choose from Cashmerette? Well, the first one is a recent release from them, and it is the Grafton dress top and skirt pattern. Oh, this I've been looking at for quite a while and hummed and hawed, but I think I'm definitely going to bite the bullet on this one. It's for knit fabrics, which is unusual for a summer dress. And they reckon with the skirts, the tops and the dresses and the sleeve options, there are 400 plus different options that you can get out of this pattern. So really good bang for your buck. And the other pattern that caught my eye was their Chiltern trench coat. I've been looking for a trench coat that's not a long trench coat, that's like 3/4 if you like, for quite a while now. So maybe the Cashmerette one will be the one for me. So have I got any fabrics to make these in? Well, yes and no. I've got the fabric for the Grafton, but I haven't got any fabric for the trench coat, so whether that one will get struck off my wish list. I do think that fabric for a trench coat is something that you need to buy in person and get touchy-feely with it. Don't want anything that's a bit too cardboardy. So I will be looking for some when I go down to the Festival of Quilts at the beginning of August, and that will then decide whether I'm actually going to make a trench coat this year or not. So let me grab the fabric that I think the Grafton dress will look yummy in. I've had this fabric for the longest time. I never used it. I bought it last, 2025, when we went to the Stitch Festival in March. So it's over a year this has been in my stash and it needs using rapid. So it is a cotton jersey and look at that pattern, so cute. So I want to make the Grafton dress, the sleeveless version, and then that, I'm going to call it, is it a tulip skirt? The one with the swoosh on the bottom, and give it a bit of style, and then it'll dress it up a little bit. So that's the style that I want to go for, and this is the fabric that I want to use for it as well. So there we go, 3 Boobylicious pattern companies. Let me know if you've used any of them. Obviously I've used Itch to Stitch to death, but love their patterns and they've got lots of choice and it's my go-to pattern company. But Sinclair Patterns is also one that I like going to if I'm looking particularly for jersey style patterns. And active wear, they're your go-to place, and they do the different heights as well. But then there's Cashmerette, which is a new to me pattern company. Well, not new, I've known they're out there, but it's not been on my radar. So let me know, 1, are you a Cashmerette club member, and is it VFM? Do you think I should become a member, because there are an awful lot of patterns on their site that I don't have access to? And they've got an offer on at the moment where they have 3 tiers to their club membership. So it starts at £9 a month, then £12 a month, and then £15 for their premier one, which is the one that I would look for because you get the back copies of every pattern that they've got. So at the moment you can do their premier membership, I think they call it, and get all the backdated patterns as well, and instead of paying £15 a month you're going to get it for £12 a month. So it's a good offer. Let me know if you're a Cashmerette member and do you think it's value for money, and I might dip my toe in the water and become a curvy Cashmerette club member. I hope you've enjoyed the pattern companies that I've shown you. I know they're not new, but the ones that I want to start using a little bit more because of my changing shape. And my new bra means that I'm definitely in a C cup. So I've got to embrace the boobs and find pattern companies that are sympathetic to the curvy lady among us. Let me know if you use any of the pattern companies. Which one is your favourite? Are you an Itch to Stitch girl? Are you a Sinclair girl? Or are you a Cashmerette club girl? And help a girl out. I need more curvy patterns in my stash. So if you know of any other pattern companies that I need to look at, pop them in the comments below. And I will see you all on Monday. Take care, guys, and happy sewing.